this game looks like it's going to be one of the most promising games in the next couple of years. Unlike many other games, it's going to a time era we haven't really seen too much. It is inspired by Mount & Blade Napoleonic Wars DLC. Welcome to Holdfast, Nations at War. Now, Holdfast Nations at War, as you might see by the gameplay footage, and if you've seen my videos from a while ago, is set in the Napoleonic Wars era. This is the era of muskets and men fighting in lines, smoke filling the battlefield, cannon shots going everywhere, bouncing from hill to hill, dodging bullets left and right as they swish over your head, and especially charging down on horseback those riflemen that weren't quite watching where the cavalry was moving to. It is the place where Mount & Blade really kind of grew its community in a massive way. The Napoleonic Wars DLC brought the game to, I don't want to say the mainstream, but it definitely brought so many more people into the franchise. And because of the success of Mount & Blade Napoleonic Wars, it inspired countless games, and this being probably the most prominent one at the moment. This is Holdfast Nations at War. But what is this game? I have done a video on it in the past, but we've got some new information, and I myself have played this game. Now, I had to sign an NDA, so I'm not allowed to go into any detail or show any of the footage I recorded, but I'm allowed to say what I thought of it and the basis around it. But let's get straight into some of the new updates. Now, of course, the graphics look incredible in this. Optimization looks like it is going to be a spot on. There doesn't seem to be much lag that we can see from these trailers at the moment. Let's hope that they're able to optimize this game to its full potential, because, of course, the main reason so many people played Mount & Blade and its Napoleonic Wars DLC was the fact that it was so optimized. It made it accessible to so many people. There's loads of new maps. We saw a Desert Sea Ruins map. I think that'll be really awesome for some line battles. Maybe less so for cavalry if you're getting stuck on those ruins every now and then, but it'll be quite good for things like rifles and trying to shoot cannons through or onto lines. It'll be good for cover and things like that. They have tried to get loads of different new maps. I did play quite a few, and I really enjoyed most of them. Now, the day-night cycle, as we can see in the trailer, is beautiful. I think this is probably one of my favourite aspects of the game, and something that really sets it apart from other games, because what game like this that you go into battles with your clans and stuff have a day-night cycle? That's normally preserved for open world games and things like that. But games like this shouldn't have them, but it does. That's the amount of detail they're going into, and I absolutely love it. And this day-night cycle helps to create an amazing atmosphere. Now, atmosphere is extremely important in games, and especially for me. I love going around, and even when you're not in battle, the atmosphere really makes a game for me. So how have they made this atmosphere? Well, to start off, sound design. That is massively important for an atmosphere. You can hear in the gameplay videos that we've got some cicadas going off in the background, we've got birds and things tweeting, and of course, going on the gravel, it changes when he's walking on the gravel to concrete and all that sort of stuff. So sound design is very important. But also, my favourite part about it that really creates the atmosphere for me is the lamps. Small things like that. You can turn on lamps, you can turn off lamps, and lamps give a really nice warm orangey glow. And just going around, you can hold up a lamp as you walk around the areas in the line battles, and yes, this will make you very visible, but of course it'll be easier for you to see. So that's going to be a cool tactic that we're going to be able to see. You can see it in some of the gameplay videos in the background here, the guys walking around with lamps. It's going to be cool to see if they're actually used much in battles, because of course in Mount & Blade Warband, if you go into a Napoleonic Wars battle, it's always in the daytime. Yeah, you can have some nighttimes one, but it's always day or night. But this one, you might start in the daytime, and it might slowly move to night if the battle goes on for a long time, and I think that's going to be really awesome to see how they do that, and see how people can actually adapt to it, because it's going to be a different game mechanic that no one's really tried before in this game style. So, like I said, I'm not allowed to go into detail about anything except from, say, what we've seen in some of the videos, but these are my thoughts on the game from what I have played. I love it. Now, yes, I'm only really allowed to say what I thought of it, and yes, I love this game. It's very well made at the moment. Of course, it's going to be improved over time, and they're going to fix everything that we gave feedback, and they're going to go and fix it later on. But I'm loving it at the moment. It's going to be great for community events, great for battles, and great for all the clans that you can bring into this game. And I am definitely going to be bringing in clans to this game. Gameplay, though, is constantly changing, so there's not actually much point, even if I was allowed to, going into much detail, because it's constantly changing over and over again. But that's pretty much all I'm allowed to say, but let's go on to some of the new information that we've seen. So, on top of these environments and systems, there's a lot of different interactions. Now, I did mention the turning on the lamps and things like that. There's lanterns and stuff that you can see all around the map. They're placed on buildings and all that sort of stuff. But there's also pianos. You can walk around as well, a bit like Mount and Blade Napoleonic Wars, so you can march or you can run. There's voice acting in the game. There's musicians which work spot on. I love the musicians. And of course, different in-game objects. They don't go specifically into detail about what these other in-game objects are, but I'll be interested to see what they are. And of course, if you're on a navy ship, you can take a seat on the benches and things like that. So I feel like this does stand out a lot from Mount and Blade Napoleonic Wars, and that's what we're really all looking for. Something else that really stands out from any other game that I've played in the past few years, and that I think is an awesome addition, is colour profiles. Now, what are colour profiles? These are separate profiles that you can select that will change the palette of your game. For example, it can just be the normal one. I think I'll show a few things on screen here. It'll be the normal colour palette, or you can have a grittier colour palette, or an even more sort of unsaturated colour palette for those cinematic shots. And maybe they'll add other things like more bright and vibrant ones as well, so you can tailor the game to how you want to play it and how you want it to look. I think that's an awesome addition, especially for people like me that want to make videos on it. If I can't be bothered to go afterwards into After Effects and stuff and put new filters on it, it'll be really awesome to be able to do that in-game and do it live. So that is really great for tailoring the game to your specific needs. But other than that, that's pretty much all the information we have so far. This game is insanely good, and it looks like it's going to be great for line battles, full-scale navy battles, against ships, and of course against land as well, shooting from your ship onto land and against forts. That's going to be awesome to see how this plays out. But I'll bring you any more information on this game, and I can't wait to get it to you. But until then, I will see you in the next one. I'd like to quickly say go and check out French Monk's channel. He's been covering this game relentlessly, and I think he deserves a lot more support on his channel at the moment. So there's a link in the description if you want to go and check his videos out.